that guy, whoever he is, who won that MVP with his team losing, would be disgusted to see Tom Brady putting out that effort and still winning the MVP. Man. This is All Sports All the Time, episode number 87. For those of you watching, Luke is not with us right now. He will be showing up later in the episode, though. This is Owen editing. Luke will not be showing up this episode. You'll find out, so just keep watching.
Spoiler alert.
Well, but I didn't spoil it.
Yeah, I know, I'm just kidding.
So a fake...
A foiler.
A foiler alert.
Foiler alert.
There you go.
Foiler, ring the alarms. Ding, ding, ding.
Off to a great start. Speaking of ringing the alarms, I'm sure there's some alarms going off in the Eagles organization because Carson Wentz is going to get traded.
Traded. You heard it here last.
Yeah,
it has been circulating for a long time, and we are on the podcast to discuss the rumors that are happening.
I think that should be our slogan. Whenever we talk about news, you heard it here last.
You heard it here last.
Because we only record once a week.
And if you think about it, they just heard it from our mouths. Like they just heard it.
This is the last place. It works on multiple levels. Yeah, so it's really just a perfect slogan.
Exactly.
Anyway, the Eagles have been a total failure for the last 365 days.
Mm-hmm. Plus.
Well, over 365 days ago, we were feeling pretty good. We were
feeling good, yeah.
We're making the playoffs. Carson keeps getting hurt, but at least Carson's not a total dumpster fire, right? That would never happen. And then the draft happened, and then you guys know what happened with the Eagles this year. So Carson Wentz is most likely, well, he's definitely going to get traded. Most likely within a week or two. Mm-hmm. There's no possible way he stays after all these rumors floating around. You can't have him come back after this. And the top two options are the Bears and the Colts. If you had to pick one, if you're Carson Wentz, where are you going?
Colts, because I mean you know that situation is a lot better than the Bears, and there's been that system he's done well in that system, so that's where he wants to go. If I was Carson, I would want to go there. But I mean, it looks like the Bears are offering more to the Eagles, but the negotiations, it hasn't come to fruition yet. You know, if we can get, I had David Montgomery on my fantasy team, and I've seen rumors about Eagles getting David Montgomery. I would love that. Love that so much. Backs. I like David Montgomery. The guy, he broke out in the couple fantasy football playoff weeks. He was doing really well. And he at the beginning of his career, he didn't have a lot of yards after carry. Like he didn't get a lot of yak, I
think that's yards after the catch, but okay. I think it's yards after contact for running backs.
Yeah, yards after contact. He wouldn't really break a whole lot of tackles. He was getting like 2.3 yards per carry. But then, he broke out. He started getting like 5 yards per carry. And then he started getting like 7 yards per carry. And then he went on an insane 80-yard run one week, and it was really awesome. So, Eagles get him. And give up Carson. He's gone. He's out of here. We don't want him. We don't want his hunting shenanigans.
Go. You really have an issue with Carson. Every time he gets mad about Carson Wentz, he's like, we were talking about him possibly going to like the Rams or something before they traded for Stafford, and you're like, yeah, send him to California so he can't do his hunting anymore. It's like, what's wrong with him having hobbies?
I mean, it takes away from your one drive, your one focus. And it showed in the Eagles season. I mean, if he wouldn't have been hunting in the deep woods of Pennsylvania, he wouldn't have thrown that many interceptions for us this year.
That's the only reason. His hunting practices.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you practice your throwing accuracy instead of your shooting accuracy? You're not a hunter. You're a football player.
You sound like an angry old man. That is why you come to All Sports all the time, to hear a 16-year-old sound like he's an 87-year-old.
Good day, mate.
Yelling at a youngin' for having hobbies. But I gotta give you credit. I forgot to bring this up before we jumped into Carson talk. You are... Let me set this. If anybody's new here, Parker's kind of role on the podcast is to just, like, lighten the mood. If Luke or I gets, like, too sports talky, he just comes in with something ridiculous and just throws us off the rails. But you have nailed it this year with football. You won the picks.
I won the picks.
You won fantasy football.
I won fantasy.
And you were on the Bucks bandwagon this entire time.
The entire time. I think from week 1.
You went 3 for 3
before week
football
1.
season this year. Also, you picked Carson Wentz as your fantasy football quarterback to avoid,
which is true.
That was also a good one.
I think that might be one of the best ones. And if you watch the Rewind, then you will notice I also picked DK Metcalf to be like insane.
He did pick DK Metcalf as a breakout wide receiver. As I think we both did.
Yeah, we both did.
But the thing is, that was my one of my 2 good predictions, and you had 6.
Yeah. So I've been on it in the predictions, and I mean, I don't think I mentioned this on the podcast, but I've been investing in sports cards stuff. And
we should have a segment or an episode or something dedicated to where you can just show everyone all your cards and stuff. Oh yeah, that would be good.
That would be funny, but it would take way too long.
Oh, it would. There'd be a lot of editing.
But I mean, I was on Shai Gilgeous-Alexander before the season started, NBA season. I was talking to Owen about it. I didn't have any money at the time, so I couldn't buy any cards from him.
We spent multiple lunch periods strategizing which cards he was going to buy.
Oh yeah.
So and I still haven't gotten my cut.
I've made money. I'll give you some bucks. I'll give you some couple bucks.
You don't have to.
But Carmelo Anthony,
I'll take 5% though.
Okay. 2.5. We have a deal.
Make it 3.
2.75.
3.
2.8.
3.
No deal.
2.9.
Deal.
Fine. All right, we're good. Here we go.
All right.
Oh man.
So
we were talking about Carson Wentz.
Yeah.
Not being able to hunt and you being on the. Yeah. I took us off the rails there by mentioning your hot streak. I think he should definitely prefer going to the Colts, but. I was doing some research, and I found out that... You remember John DeFilippo?
Yeah, I remember him.
The quarterback's coach the year we won the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
He went to the Vikings the year after. One of the guys that got hired, because every Super Bowl coaching staff, a bunch of people get hired away.
Yeah.
Was the Vikings offensive coordinator, didn't do too hot, kind of bounced around. And he was on the Bears last year. And just last week, they promoted him to passing game coordinator.
That's might strategic. Be a little, that is a strategic play by the Bears.
Yeah. The problem is, apparently Carson was not a fan of John DeFilippo, but he performed the best under John DeFilippo because he had more of a harsh coaching style as compared to...
wouldn't let him hunt.
No! That's why he was good.
That's why Carson didn't like
John DeFilippo stole all his camo. So that he couldn't go hunting. There you go. But apparently Carson did not take kindly to his harsh coaching style and preferred Press Taylor, the quarterback's coach who just got kicked out. But there's an inverse relationship between how much Carson liked the coach and how well he played under the coaches, because he did not play well under Press Taylor. So I just found that interesting that they just so happened to promote John DeFilippo as they're trying to trade for Carson.
I have a quick question. If you were the Eagles organization, what would you want to get in return for Carson Wentz?
A first-round pick and a decent player. Offense or defense.
Okay.
But you got to get... I'm shocked that that's even the value, but they lucked out.
Yeah.
Well, they didn't luck out that their franchise quarterback is terrible, but they lucked out in that this is the offseason to trade a quarterback because the value is so high with all the different quarterbacks that are available. Like Matthew Stafford just set the bar of dealing with high
Like you look at Deshaun Watson now, and Matthew Stafford's worth 2 first-round picks.
Well... The Rams also wanted to get rid of Jared Goff's contract, so that inflated it a little bit, but still at least 1 first-round pick plus.
And now you look at a guy like Deshaun Watson, he's got to be worth at least 5 first-round picks. 4
or 5.
He's
it's
so
gonna
much
be a blockbuster deal.
Yeah. So, I mean, he just set the bar right there, and then you look at all these other guys, like Carson is like kind of close to that bar, and then Deshaun Watson is like way up here.
He's being paid. Goff, Wentz, and Watson are being paid very similar amounts.
Yeah.
One of them is way better than the other two.
Yeah, find two truths and a lie.
Exactly.
Figure out which QBs are the lies. And
which quarterback is actually worth the money he's being paid.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully Howie either pulls something crazy off and fixes the team, or if he makes the team even worse this year, he has to be gone next year, right?
Oh, he has to.
I would hope.
I hope.
That would be terrible if Howie Roseman continues to play bad.
You can't let your relationships get in the way of football decisions. You know how Howie, they're so close.
Howie and Jeffrey Lurie are good buddies.
But you can't let that get in the way of formal business decisions. And speaking of business decisions, when you need your plumbing fixed, go to JG Grable Plumbing.
That was amazing.
Oh man, I haven't done an ad read in a little bit. I think it's been maybe 3 weeks or a month.
Well, we didn't do any last week because it was just us watching the Super Bowl. And I think we made Luke do the one the week before. So yeah.
It's
fresh.
Yeah, JG Grable Plumbing, they're a small family-owned and operated company dedicated to doing whatever you want in relation to plumbing services. They are amazing because they are timely and will get your stuff fixed in a timely fashion. You won't be waiting around to go to the bathroom holding in your number 1 and number 2. You will be able to freely express whatever you like. You can visit them at their website at www.jggrable.com, or you can call them at 717-768-3276. And with
almost.
And if you mention All Sports All the Time, you will get $25 off your plumbing services. And with that $25, you can buy
Madden 20, because I'm sure the price is way down now.
It is way down. It used to be 50.
Because
when I bought it was 50.
Got Madden 21 out. Madden 22 is going to come out in, 5 months? So
a couple months.
I'm sure you could probably get this for $25 or less.
Yeah.
Who's going to be on the cover of Madden 22?
Probably, I would say Brady. What do you think?
It better not be Brady in a Bucs jersey.
If it's Brady in a Bucs jersey, oh, that would be crazy. Yeah, but that's something that we didn't speak about yet. Super Bowl.
That happened. Last week's episode was just us watching the Super Bowl.
We all thought. Did we all think the Chiefs were going to win? I know you said.
I said
the Bucs.
Scared that the Bucs might somehow win this.
Yeah,
I believe is what I said.
Did you? Think
but we all picked the Chiefs.
Yeah, we all picked the Chiefs because they're the favorites.
Because who wasn't picking the Chiefs?
They looked unstoppable.
And then they got stopped.
And then they didn't even score a touchdown.
Real bad.
That factors into my picks next year, Parker's picks. I think I have to look at the playoffs with a whole nother mindset,
How so?
As in, I have to expect the unexpected. I would have never even thought that the Chiefs not scoring one touchdown was even possible.
Yeah.
The whole defense should just get the MVP.
Well,
but,
why
I don't know if you
can
even do that. Is that legal?
I think there's been co-MVPs before.
Yeah. Oh, who were they?
Oh, I have no idea. I do know that only once has a player on the losing team won MVP.
Who was it?
It happened in a Cowboys-Vikings Super Bowl. It was one of the first 10. And I think the Vikings lost, but one of their players won MVP.
What did he do?
That's how good he was. I don't know.
That's crazy.
I don't remember the specifics. I wasn't alive.
Most valuable player. If you were the most valuable player, scored 5 touchdowns, but you still lost because
you were still the most valuable.
Yeah. So,
And Tom Brady's out here. That guy, whoever he is, who won that MVP with his team losing, would be disgusted to see Tom Brady putting out that effort and still winning the MVP.
Man. And we're not even going to remember it in 2 years. When Tom Brady retires,
we're just going to look at it as that many MVPs.
Look, he's got this many Super Bowl MVPs. He's got this many Super Bowls.
Yep.
And it's going to
gets lumped in there.
Here's a question for you.
All right.
I know Patrick Mahomes is the most talented QB we've ever seen. Mm-hmm. I agree with that. His talent level, you saw the throws.
He can do stuff Brady couldn't do in his dreams.
He can do stuff no other QB could ever do.
Yeah.
Could ever do that I've ever seen in life. Lamar Jackson, he's fast, but
he can't throw like that. Yeah.
Do you think that he'll ever surpass. So now he has. Now theoretically, if we're looking at
Mahomes
Super Bowls,
gets 4 or 5,
if he gets 4 or 5 Super Bowls, you think he'll pass Brady?
Yeah.
What if Brady?
At least in my mind,
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be harder for some people who only care about championships. But yeah, if he gets 4 or 5,
what do you
actually
think
5?
about?
If he gets 5, he passes him.
What if Tom Brady wins another Super Bowl?
Oh man.
Like would he even be able to?
At this point, it's if he wins
He
another
already
one next
has
year.
7. That's more than Michael Jordan.
If he wins another one next year with the okay, hold on. I hate that people now everywhere are trying to compare Wayne Gretzky, Tiger Woods, Tom Brady, and Michael Jordan all at the same time. You can't do that. Yeah. They're like, who's the GOAT of all American or North American sports? And it's like, how are you going to compare Michael Jordan and Tom Brady? Yeah. They're not doing the same thing at all. Actually, those of you who watched like almost all of episode 86, towards the end there, I did finally admit that Brady currently is the GOAT.
Yep.
Because I am just so done arguing about it with Parker, and also because Tony Romo said he was the GOAT.
I learned that Owen has a lot of respect for Tony Romo, so if I need to win an argument with Owen, I'll just
quote Tony.
I'll just search Tony Romo saying something and show it to Owen to support my case.
Yeah, that's smart. But I did say, the caveat was Mahomes will pass him eventually.
Yeah, that's what you said.
Mahomes will pass Brady.
Just imagine this, okay? Tom Brady winning 3 more Super Bowls.
No way.
No, I know.
To 10?
I say there's no way that'll happen.
No.
But imagine if a single player had 10 Super Bowls. That would be just insane.
If he goes to... Tom Brady has never had to carry a team. That's my thing.
No,
He's never had to do it single-handedly.
I don't agree with that statement. I don't.
Unlike LeBron.
I don't agree.
Me finally caving on Brady being the GOAT, leaves our only big debate. Well, no, we have 2. Because I still think, here's the question. Would you rather have a great coaching staff and a not good quarterback, or a great quarterback and a not good coaching staff? I'd take the coaching staff all day.
A great quarterback. They're so hard to come
But you just saw what happened with the Texans and Deshaun Watson. They had a great quarterback and no one around him, and they went 4-12.
Yeah, I know, but Deshaun Watson isn't... I mean, it depends what you consider a really great quarterback. Like an all-time great, or just a great, like Watson?
Like Deshaun Watson type great.
Then probably
Potential Hall of Famer.
No, I would want a guy in the GOAT conversation. Peyton Manning.
Okay. So like only
Aaron Rodgers.
Top 10 quarterbacks of all time only.
Yeah. Then I would rather have one of those guys over the coaching staff.
Okay. Just a great, like a top 10, a top 5 current quarterback or a great coaching staff. This is getting way too specific, but it's showing the differences in our philosophies. I think that coaching is more important. You think that the quarterback is more important.
I think I value the quarterback a lot more than Owen does.
Now in basketball, our argument, I feel so much better in my argument that LeBron is better than Jordan than I did in the Brady's not the GOAT.
It's outrageous.
It's much easier for me to say LeBron is better than Jordan than it is for me to say anyone's better than Brady.
Yeah.
In basketball, what do you value more, coaching or the players? Because I value the coaching at almost nothing in basketball.
Yeah, the players.
It's far and away the players in basketball, which is why I give LeBron so much credit.
They should have more power too. The players.
Well, that's true.
I mean, that's a different argument.
They do have more power.
They do.
Football players are trying to work themselves into that, and they're getting there very slowly. But we can have our Jordan LeBron debate episode.
We'll save that for another day.
Sometime, but I find it way easier to make that argument because LeBron has just carried teams, and in basketball. It's like, you can pretty clearly tell, like, that's just LeBron.
Yeah.
Like, he's just doing everything.
Imagine when people wrote letters. Man, nobody writes letters.
I think people still write letters.
I mean,
not as frequently.
In, like, World War, like, they used to.
Oh, like when people would, okay.
But, like, now it's
like
just,
when
like,
people
emails.
only wrote letters.
Yeah. Now it's just text messages.
I don't know how I would
imagine if every single time we had to set up a podcast episode, we had to send... text messages.
Oh, we had to write letters.
Yeah, write letters. Yeah.
I am available this day, and this day. Do you have basketball, Sir Parker. Send it in the mail
Sir,
next day.
Sir Laugh. I have basketball all these times, but I'm available this time. Oh, but it already passed this day through the mail. Like, it took too long.
Sir Paglia is not responding. Sir Paglia, what happened? Sir Paglia has been drafted. Moment of silence.
Sir Charles.
Sir Charles? What? Where did he come in?
I don't know. He's Luke's new kung fu master that Luke got drafted into.
Oh no, I meant like war.
Oh,
because you were talking about like writing letters in
silence.
What just happened? This has been episode 87.
87.
Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. We've got a lot of cool stuff there, and check out our website. Because we're going to have some very interesting stuff available on the website very soon. So be sure to check that out in preparation for that. We'll be sure to give you guys all the details once everything is ready. But just a little foil alert, you know?
Yeah.
Just a little teaser. Thanks for listening, guys.